Thank you, Trevor. Hello,
Oh, we gotta
everyone.
go.
Hope everyone has a glass of wine or beer or something to drink. I am going to share my screen. So I will go through my presentation, and then afterwards, Trevor will do his portion. And then if anyone has any questions after that, I will stop sharing my screen, and then we can ask questions or have an open forum if that works for everybody. So I'm just going to share my screen. It worked the first time, so hopefully it works now.
Sharing your screen now. I
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Can everyone see my screen?
yeah.
Perfect. Excellent. So Trevor has invited me to explain a little bit about what AMA Waterways is all about and what your amazing itinerary is going to be like for May 5th to the 12th, doing Basel to Amsterdam. Before I actually get started, who here has river cruised before? Has anyone river cruised? Everybody river cruised or?
Nile.
Yeah, we went on
Okay.
Nile River cruise.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
We were on the Avalon tour from Prague to Budapest.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you sort of have an idea what river cruising is all about. So Trevor has picked an amazing ship. She is actually brand new. So the Ama Fiora is actually only going to be ready the beginning part of 2027. So that's going to be really exciting for all of you guys to be able to experience a brand new ship with Ama Waterways. So that first starting there, that is really exciting because everybody always wants to be the first to experience a new ship. So just for example, this is what you're, if you decide on booking a twin balcony, this is what the twin balconies look like on our ships. So which is fantastic because you have your balcony where you can actually sit outside, or if the weather, is raining, sometimes in May, we all know how the weather is. It's nice because you can actually just open up the sliding doors in this section here, get some fresh air, but you can still sit inside your stateroom and not get wet. So that is one of the big reasons why we love the twin balcony option, just because you have the two options of sitting outside or opening the door and sitting inside. You'll also see with our staterooms, we have a lot of storage. So you can pretty much unpack and enjoy all the space for the week that you're actually on the ship. So with AMA Waterways, we actually have the main lounge. So this is a picture of the main lounge. So the main lounge is pretty much where we have all of our entertainment. This is where our cruise manager normally does their presentations, where you all can meet and have a drink together, make memories. We also normally, this is where we bring in our onboard entertainment in the main lounge area. So nice and big, of course, as you can see, this is one part of it, and then this is the middle part of it. So that is one of the main lounges where you will enjoy a lot of time. Another thing with AMA is we have a 24-hour coffee and tea station. Pretty much if you are craving a coffee at 2 in the morning, or if you just want a hot tea before you go to bed, you have access to the coffee tea station 24 hours. And that is actually located in the lounge area. So, and you'll see also in the lounge area, we also have a little mini buffet. So if you want like a light breakfast before you go out to do excursions, or in lunchtime, if you just want like a light snack, or if you want some gummy bears, some candies, or some chocolates, you just need that little perk of sugar. The lounge area also has a section where you can go and grab little munchies if you need a sugar high. I sometimes need a sugar high, especially in the afternoon. So some coffee and some gummies, always, I mean, like gummy, like sour candies, they always come in really handy. And then, of course, we have the main restaurant. So the main restaurant is where we serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner, of course. So it's all a la carte. So you actually order from the menu for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We do have a mini buffet towards the end of the dining room where there you could order your main course. But if you want to go to the salad bar or if you want something different, you then have also the choice of doing buffet. You can also do the salad buffet and not order the salad off the main menu. So you can do both. So I always say wear your stretchy pants every day because you tend to eat a little bit more because you tend to go to the buffet and then also order from the menu. So lots of different options. Also allergies. If you have any allergies, gluten intolerance, seafood allergies, our staff is there to help you out with all of that. So we do cater to allergies, to intolerance, or any of that. So if that is something that you have on your mind, not a worry. Our staff will help you and they will take care of you for that. We also have a chef's table, which is our specialty restaurant. So our chef's table is an amazing experience. You get to enjoy it once during your vacation. And it is a 7-course dinner. So make sure you don't eat that day because you will have 7 different courses to eat. And the nice thing with the chef's table is we actually pair it with local wines or wines in the area where you're sailing. So again, you come out of there feeling a little happy and really full. So that is the chef's table experience. And as you can see, there's the sitting area. And then we have the chef working, making all the plates, and it is an amazing experience. I got to experience it 3 times actually 2 weeks ago when I did Budapest to Vilshofen. So it was a great experience. Another thing with all of the meals on our ship, everything is locally sourced. So all of the vegetables, fruits, meats, everything is locally sourced. So wherever you're sailing, so when you're sailing, anything that you're eating is all locally sourced. We don't bring anything in from Canada or from the US. It's we try to help local as much as we can, and you will really see that and experience that with the wines and also with the food that you eat on all of our ships. And then we have our sip and sail. So our sip and sail is our cocktail party that we offer an hour before dinner. So during dinner, and Trevor might go into this a little bit more because you guys have the full charter. Of course, we offer the fine wines and the beers, also included, of course, with the sip and sail. So just a couple of pictures of the sun deck. So we do, of course, have a pool. Some of our ships actually have a swim up bar. So if you like to go in for a little quick dip and have a drink at the same time, you are able to do that on the ship. We also have a walking track. So if you like to go for your walks in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening, you're also more than welcome to do that. The other thing that we also offer on the ships is our wellness. We do have a fitness center and a wellness host on the ship. So if you are wanting to do some yoga before you go out to do an excursion, or you want to do some stretching, our wellness host pretty much is very well educated and will help you with anything that you need to do for stretching. We also offer bikes. So if you are feeling like you want to go for a bike ride, we will offer you free bikes. They are not electric. You got to work for it. And of course, we include a lock and also a helmet. So that if you want to go and, go tour a city or stop over at a winery or at a distillery or a brewery, you can actually lock up the bike, go and enjoy some drinks, and then good luck riding back to the ship. So that is another free option that we offer on the ship. We also have onboard hair salon and spa. We will be offering, of course, free Wi-Fi. So that is very important. So you have high-speed Wi-Fi throughout the entire ship. So if you are, maybe you're on vacation, but you still have to do some work emails like I do sometimes. So you can guarantee that the Wi-Fi will help you through that. We also, of course, offer onboard entertainment. So onboard entertainment is at the lounge, normally, of course, in the evening. That is also something that we have, so you can all dance together. We normally have a pianist and he will play some music, he or she. So it all depends. So here is the deck plan of the ship. Of course, I would love to have more pictures of the ship, but that's maybe something that Trevor and I can talk before you guys go. We'll have more recent pictures of her just because she's being built as we speak. So as you can see, there is 4 decks to the ship. So all of the main area, of course, is in the sun deck area, the pool area. You have the lounge. And then on the violin deck, this is where you will find the lounge area, the reception, and then on the silo deck, this one here, you'll find the chef's table. Actually, sorry, the chef's table is on the violin deck. And then on 14, we do, of course, have elevators if you get tired of walking. And then, of course, the main restaurant is on the silo deck. And then the piano deck, this area here is where you'd find the fitness center. And this is where the E category staterooms are. So those are the staterooms that are just windows, not the twin balconies or the balconies. So just be careful with that. So that is on the bottom floor. And then also in this area here, you will find the fitness center, and then of course the hair salon. So if you want to go and get your hair done for one night, that is where it's located. We also have an amazing app. So I always recommend for you to download your app. So with the app, it's fantastic. You have a tracking map. So you can actually track where the ship is going. You can also check the daily weather, of course, all the port information. If there's something you want to know specific about the port that you're stopping at, it will give you all the information. The other thing is shore excursions. It will also give you an overview of all the shore excursions that we offer. And then the other part is the daily cruiser. So the daily cruiser, that will give you all the weather information and what's happening with dinner, lunch, breakfast, or what entertainment will be in the lounge area. The other great thing with the My Amma Cruise app is you can actually download pictures and you can attach friends and family's email address. And as soon as you actually upload pictures onto our app, your friends and family that you've added on to our app, their email addresses, they will get notification of all of your pictures that you've taken throughout the day. So it's a great way to get your family jealous of all the traveling and experiencing that you're actually doing. I did it 2 weeks ago, and it was a lot of fun watching them all. We want to go next time. So I'm not going to much on the shore excursions. Trevor, this is something that me and you can talk about because of being charter with the shore excursions, what will be included with the shore excursions at each port. Because with Amma Waterways, we include the shore excursions. So that is something that Trevor and I will talk with you guys afterwards. So you guys are off on the Rhine, which you can see on this beautiful map. So you guys will be starting off in Amsterdam and going all the way down to Basel. So you guys have an amazing itinerary. You will be covering a lot of river. So sorry, you guys are starting off in Basel over to Amsterdam. I did another presentation today and it was the opposite. So your first stop will be Basel. A little bit about Basel. It is very colorful. Very culture. You get to experience the old town. It is actually Europe's most well-preserved area. And there's about 40 museums. So I hope you have lots of time because you can actually go up to 40 museums. So lots to do. Switzerland's oldest zoo is also located in the area. And also the Tingerly Fountain can also be found in Basel. So just a couple of ideas for you guys when you're there. And then your next stop will be in Berchtesgaden, Germany. So it is Actually a really neat area because you actually step back in time and visit the enchanted town of Colomar, which looks almost the same as it did in the 16th century. So you can actually see from the pictures when you're actually doing the walking tour, if you do a walking tour, you can actually admire the historic architect, get a glimpse of the Statue of Liberty. There is a small replica of the same version that is actually in New York. So that is actually really neat. Or if you're feeling a little bit more active, we do also offer a cycling tour where you can go through the scenic countryside because there is a lot of countryside in this area. And then we have another stop, which is in Strasbourg, France. So Strasbourg, France is the capital of Lassie, which is a wine culture. So if you like your wine, this is a really good place for you to go and try different types of wines. Here, of course, the famous Cathedral of Notre Dame, which is the world's fourth tallest church. In the 15th century Gothic architect. So you really get to, you can actually go in and take pictures. Lots to do in this area here. The next one, I'm not going to talk about Stuttgart. Trevor is going to be doing that portion because it is a special day for you guys in Stuttgart. So I'm going to go on to the next port, which is Rudesheim in Germany. So here we offer the gondola and wine tasting tour. So that is one of the popular tours. So you actually get to ride around the vineyard, you get to do the gondola, and then you actually, when you arrive up to the top, you'll actually have some free time to see all the amazing views. And then after that, you actually get to enjoy some wine tasting. And then of course, you can do some hiking around the vineyards. And there is also in this area lots of famous coffee, which is very famous with the flame whipping cream and coffee. So that is one of the popular sort of drinks in this area. So when you guys go to Germany, make sure you have your coffee with the whipping cream and some wine or vice versa. So when you're actually sailing through the Rhine, one of the beautiful views that you will actually see will be the Rhine Gorge, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So this is what you will actually see as you're sailing through the Rhine. One thing with the Rhine, there is about 40 plus castles and fortress ruins in this area. So as you can see, there is lots to see. And the great thing about river cruising is that you sail nice and slowly, you sail during the day. So you actually have the opportunity to see all the castles as you sail past them. We actually did Budapest 2 weeks ago, and just sailing out of Budapest was just breathtaking. It's very different from ocean cruising, of course, because with river, you're actually sailing right through the countries. So you really get to experience the beautiful scenery and all the old castles. And you guys will see a lot of the old castles during the sail through the Rhine. The nice thing too is when you're actually going through the Rhine, George, with us, you'll have our cruise manager, and our cruise manager will tell you stories and legends all behind all of the different castles, because every castle has a story. The next we do exclusively is the Landneck Castle, which is a 13th century medieval fortress in the riverside town of Landstein. So you'll actually be able to get an exclusive guided tour through the castle, which, like I mentioned, it is a 13th century medieval fortress. After that, off to Cologne, Germany, which is the fourth largest city founded by the Romans. And it's actually, of course, like any place. It was like us last week doing the Danube. Every city has its famous cathedral. So, of course, you get to go and see the famous cathedral with the twin spheres, which actually dominates the skyline of Cologne, which is a beautiful view, as you can see from the picture here. And it's also a UNESCO World Heritage site. And it is the second largest structure in the city. And it has, if anybody is feeling energetic that day, there is about 533 stairs to the top. So if you're feeling like you want to get some workout done, that would be the day. Of course, always walk through the old town. The old town actually has still the sites from the war. So it is a very old town feeling of the 12th century. And you also get to walk through the St. Martin Church when you're in this area also. And then you finish off the day, if you want to, with beer tasting. There is actually some breweries right within the site of the cathedral. So you can actually sit down, have a beer, and watch and just take in the scenery. Then your next stop is Dusseldorf, Germany, which is Dusseldorf is on both sides of the Rhine, with the old town on one side and then the most modern side on the other side. So when you actually visit the old town and see the art academy, there is also the castle tower, which has the longest bar in the world. So it actually has about 260 bars, Dusseldorf. So if that's what you're like to do, there is lots of areas where you can sit outside, people watch, and have some drinks. And of course, if you are in the area, you want to try their kosher beer. And then your next stop is Utrecht, Netherlands. So now we're off to the Netherlands. So it is a religious center of the Netherlands. It is the 8th century and far-reach city of medieval old town. So here you'll see a lot of canals, beautiful Gothic cathedrals. And you'll actually be able to experience. So it's like a fairy tale dream. Like the castle was actually inspired by fairy tale dreams. Here's just a picture of the castle and of the gardens. And then the last stop, which is one of my favorite cities, is Amsterdam. So Amsterdam is, if anyone has not been to Amsterdam, make sure you add Amsterdam onto your bucket list, because it is a beautiful, beautiful city. There's about 165 man-made canals that you can experience. There's also the UNESCO World Heritage Site, which features about 1,281 bridges. And then also about 2,000 houseboats that are in the Amsterdam canals. So again, hopefully you guys will have some extra days in Amsterdam after you've sailed, because it is a beautiful, beautiful city. So Trevor, I'm passing it on to you now.
Thanks, Fatima. Yeah, it just looks pretty fantastic so far. And I know last night we were at the Northern Lights and the Northern Lights Shrine Club, and we had one of the members there, one of the nobles, who were mentioning how fantastic they found the Alma Waterways cruise that they went on, and had some really good things to say. And really, the big reason why I was looking at this at a river cruise in the first place is because of this May 8th excursion to Stuttgart. So to give you a little bit of background, earlier this year when I was in Tampa for the assistant Raban uh, training, I met their current assistant Raban from Germany, Sven, and he was telling me all about the Shriners there. Uh, so their shrine temple is the Emirate Shriners, and they're a very young uh, temple for sure. I think within the last 20 years anyway. And one of the challenges is that they are kind of secluded in Europe. That they've got one temple for an entire continent at this point. Um, so you can imagine that the different potentates come from different countries. So I think um, this year is in Germany, and then next year is in Italy, and the year after is in Germany again. So they rotate countries, host countries, based on who's potentate at that time. Um, but we were talking about, how we can, uh, I guess, increase their reach and get us to experience Shrine the way that they do it in Europe. And when we were talking at attending a ceremonial and seeing how they do their ceremonial, and then a potentates evening would just be a fantastic experience. And originally, as you see that we were talking about Stuttgart because that's where the potentate was originally thinking, and I'll go into a different um, alternative that we just discussed today. Sven, the assistant Raban there, and I, that may be even more amazing than this day in Stuttgart. But the idea here would be uh, to dock in around Spire, um, and we would then take a bus. It's about a 90-minute ride from Spire to Stuttgart. Um, and then once we got there, we would take a group photo at Schlossplatz and check out the Mercedes-Benz Museum. I guess that's supposed to be one of the best car museums in the world. And then we would join the Emirate Shriners for lunch. After lunch, the nobles would then attend the ceremonial, and the ladies would have the opportunity to spend an afternoon or 2 or 3 hours in the King Street area, which is their main shopping area. So that would be a fantastic time just to see the area around there. And this is a group photo of some of uh, the Emirate Shriners here. I've had a chance to meet them on a number of occasions. Like I said, I mentioned meeting Sven at the assistant Raban session, and I've had a chance to meet some of these nobles at the past couple of imperial sessions that I've been to. So they're a fantastic group. And this is Sven here, and his lady is Pia, and they have lady Shriners there. They don't have the Daughters of the Nile. So they've got the lady Shriners, and so the intent would be then once the ceremonial is over, then we would meet up and join them for their banquet and the potentates ball, and at that point, then we would get bussed back to the ship. So where the ship will be at that point in the evening really depends on whether we sell the full ship out or if we're only a part charter. If if we've got a full charter, then the ship will wait for us at the so they'll let us off and will wait for us at the nearest point. But as you can see, that there is a bit of a drive from Speyer to Stuttgart. Now, today, in a conversation with Sven, the assistant Raban, my counterpart, the potentate, the individual who will likely be potentate in 27, we have been discussing him potentially doing his ceremonial and the potentate's ball in Heidelberg. So that would mean that we would essentially dock in Speyer. And you can see relatively how close Speyer and Heidelberg are. Heidelberg is one of the most amazing sites in the world. The castle there is just fantastic to look at, and they've got a bridge that's very beautiful there as well. So, I mean, Heidelberg would just be a fantastic spot for us to check out, and the fact that it's literally a half-hour drive between Speyer and Heidelberg would just be fantastic for us. So that's kind of what we're looking at right now. And I apologize, I don't have any slides for that because the that just became an option today. Um, so here's the pricing that we've got on the cruise. Now, one thing I will say is that we have tried to make this pricing. We tried to make this trip as affordable as possible. You'll see that the suggested retail price of this trip is quite a bit higher than the pricing. So retail, and maybe you've got some information on this, Fatima, or would wanted to add, but the retail is generally what these cruises sell for at full price with AMA Waterways. But because we are a large group, then we've gotten a much better deal. So the suggested price that is that will be our full price. But what I'm offering for the first few months, so up until the end of January, we will have a early bird pricing. So you will save an automatic $500 on the trip if you book by January. And you can see on the right side the savings that you would have on the early bird price versus the retail price is anywhere between 15% and a third of the cost. So we've really tried to make this as affordable as we possibly can. The the intent is so as a lot of you guys may know that I do own a travel agency, and that's why I've been able to put this trip together like this. But our intent isn't to make a profit on this trip at all. That what we're trying to do is to get a very good travel experience for us with an amazing company at cost essentially. And I will say that there is a few dollars that have been baked into the suggested price that will allow us to still travel at a full rate, sorry, at a full charter, even if we are missing a couple of staterooms. Because essentially that would be the ideal experience for us is to have the ship entirely full of Shriners, ladies, and friends. So that is our goal at this point. So if it means that we have a few empty rooms, I would rather have a couple of empty rooms than and have a full ship of Shriners so that we can share this experience together rather than having to share it with some other folks that we may not necessarily know. I do know that there are a number of nobles around Canada, in the New York area, and in the Pacific Northwest who have definitely expressed interest, and I would be totally. I would be very happy if they came with us, and I would imagine that they are going to make up a good chunk of the passengers that come along on this voyage. Um, One thing I will say too is that when we do take payment, um, so my company is called Blue Skies Travel, and I contract through a larger company called the Travel Agent Next Door. So I don't take any payment myself. There's so when you see payments being processed, you'll see them being processed through the travel agent next door. But any travel documents that would come through would be branded as Blue Skies Travel. So with that, I will thank Fatima for her part of this fantastic presentation, and we'll open it up for questions.
Trevor, at that time of year, what is the tourist season like? How busy is it?
It's not very busy in May in that area.
I don't know if they've answered
It
you.
starts getting busy towards end of June, July, and August. That's when it gets busy. I was in Amsterdam last year in May, and it was there was barely anybody around. There's people around, but not like crazy tourists.
Brother.
Yeah, it's a good time to go.
Okay.
Trevor?
Yeah,
What-
Brian.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do we talk to you personally then for any extra days, like before and after the trip?
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Brian. So, as a travel agent, I can definitely work individually with anyone who wants to come along with us. I can help you arrange flights. I can help you arrange hotels before and after. Just on that, sorry, and if you require travel insurance if you're from Alberta. So if you're with us here in Edmonton or even Alizar down south, then I can help you with the travel insurance. But if you're from outside of Alberta, because of regulations, I would have to refer you to somebody else for the insurance. But anything else, I'm happy to have a conversation one on one.
Okay.
With that, Fatima, actually, could you talk to us quickly about the options that are available through AMA Waterways pre and post cruise?
Yeah, so we have offered the pre and post. So that's something else that you can do with us. So actually, let me just grab my brochure because in that area, you can actually fly into a different city and then transport over to Basel. So Amsterdam, like I mentioned, Amsterdam is a great option if you wanted to extend Amsterdam for a couple of nights afterwards. And in Amsterdam, we, of course, if you do the pre-packaged tour with us, it's, of course, you get the walking tour that's included. And then you also get to do the canal, go through the canal. So that is for Amsterdam. And for Basel, we also offer a pre-package. Let me just grab the Basel one, because you could have a couple of different options for that also with us. So yeah, you can do the pre, post, and post with us. So for Basel, actually, you can actually add Zurich. So if you wanted to do go into Zurich first, you can actually go into Zurich, spend a couple of days in Zurich, do Lake Lucerne, and then after that, you get transferred to Basel. Or if you want to extend and stay a couple of days in Basel, that's another option that we offer. So a couple of different options for you. So
Thanks, Fatima.
yeah.
Trevor,
Yes.
it's Mike Webb here. On our trip to the Emirate Shriners, how would we handle our Fulmer wear?
Yeah, so thanks for bringing that up. Um, my wife Julia can attest to the fact that that's been my biggest concern with that at this point. And as I mentioned, that there is a few dollars that are baked in that are extra. Well, we'll say that I can get us a few rooms to be able to change and etc. Um, between the afternoon and the evening. So that would be um, the option if we do Stuttgart. But as I'd mentioned, actually, that Sven and I have had a really good conversation this afternoon, or well, morning, I guess it was, and we're really looking at Heidelberg, which would be fantastic for us because that means that um, the location that the event is happening in is only a half-hour drive from the ship. So then we can go from the ceremonial back to the ship, shower, change, and then go back for the Potentate's Ball.
Excellent. And are there extra fees for the ball?
No, that will be baked into your travel cost.
Okay.
Hi, Trevor. It's Danny.
Danny.
Hey, buddy. I was listening to the lady about pre-flights and stuff like that. Are you going to try to arrange it so that we're all kind of like going to leave at the same time on the same kind of plane and
Yeah, so
us all
I,
stay together as a group, right?
yeah, as we get closer to the event, then and I guess as we book, I'm gonna get information from all the travelers as to when you want to come in, right? So, do you want to come in right before we take off on the cruise, or do you want to spend a few days in advance? And based on when you want to come in or when you want to leave, then that would really dictate, any group flights per se. But
That'll take a little while to figure that one out. Then we got a long way to go, right?
yeah, I mean that at this point, flights aren't even on sale for those dates. But like I said, when we start booking, I will have a individual conversation with everybody and understand what want out of the experience. Like I said, pre and post, and based on what kind of experience you want, we'll make it happen.
A once in a lifetime experience is what we want.
Absolutely. This is a once in a lifetime fraternal experience for sure.
Thank you.
Heck yeah.
Cool. Like, I can't believe how many stops we're doing on the riverboat thing. That is so neat.
It's a 1 week cruise.
Yeah, 7 days, but every day you're in a different port. And then probably, I think there was a couple of days that you're in two ports on the same day, like in the morning and then in the afternoon. So
Yeah.
And the price includes all, like, it's like an all-inclusive kind of cruise.
yeah, includes all your food, your beer and wine. So that's where it changes it a little bit. So if you do fill up the entire ship, then it opens up a little bit more. If you're doing the partial charter, it includes, your beer, your wine at breakfast. At breakfast, here I am. I'm not a drinker at breakfast, but lunch and dinner, and then of course the sip and sail for an hour, including cocktails, and of course includes all your beverages and shore excursions.
And yeah, at this point we're planning for the full ship.
Yeah, sounds good.
Just a question for Pat about the ship there. I was looking at the rooms. There's the BB and the BA. What's the difference between the two rooms?
Just size, hun, and location.
Is it yeah. Okay.
All size and location of where the ship is.
And just on that, Fatima, can you, I guess, actually, are you able to bring up the map of the ship again?
Let me just bring it up.
So the question that I know is on some folks' mind is that there seems to be a lot of rooms that are very similar to each other, right? So we were talking about the twin balconies earlier, and there's essentially four different price categories um, for the twin balconies, and some are on the violin level, I think, and others are on the cello level.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just bringing it up. Can everybody see it?
Well, it's pretty small. Okay, let's bring it up.
Yeah, it's.
There we go.
Okay, we're on our cell phone, so that's why it's small.
Oh, okay, that's why it's small. Yeah.
Yeah. So can you, I guess, talk a little bit about, why somebody might want to be on the violin deck versus the cello deck? Well, what the advantages to either of those might be?
I'm going to be honest with you guys. And now I'm going to be taking out my hat. So the violin deck, of course, it's just like being on a cruise ship. Anyone here been on an ocean cruise ship? The higher you are, the better views you have.
Yep.
That's literally how it works. But be very careful that when you're booking the violin deck, if someone decides to do jogging or exercise at 5 a.m, and if they're big stompers, it might affect this area here. I was actually on the violin deck 2 weeks ago, and I didn't hear anything. But that's one of the common things. Just like if you go on an ocean cruise, you never want to book your stateroom underneath the dining room or any of the buffet restaurants because you can hear noises. So really the difference between the violin and the on the sail deck is really location. The higher you are, the better views you have. So that's the main difference between staterooms are pretty much the same size. And just be careful on these rooms here. They're actually not the twin balcony. They're just the French balcony. So, because those are a little bit cheaper.
And can you, I guess, give us an idea of, the advantages or the disadvantages of having a room that's closer to the front of the ship rather than to the aft of the ship?
To be honest with you, with river cruising, that really doesn't affect. Just if you want to be closer to like the lounge area and to the restaurant. So these are where the suites are located, right? So when I sailed, I was actually 314. I was right in the middle of the ship, which was fantastic because you're halfway. You're a 2-minute walk down to the lounge area. Down the stairs, you're at the restaurant. And then, of course, you have the chef's table, which you'll only go to the chef's table probably once or twice. So the violin deck is pretty much everything is on that deck except the restaurant is on the lower deck. So let's say if you have like issues walking, I would probably then do the violin deck because pretty much everything is located on the violin deck. And then your stairs up to the pool area, and then your steps down to the restaurant area. So it all depends on preference.
Is there balconies pretty much on all these levels?
Yeah, so these areas here all have the twin balcony. This here will have just the French balcony. So just you don't actually a French balcony, it just opens up. You can just look outside. You can't sit outside. That's
What
the difference
the cello
between the
deck?
French balcony. Sorry, hun?
What about the cello deck?
So pretty much it's the same idea.
Okay.
It's just you have a balcony above you, right? So if you have a balcony in this area here, you don't have anybody above you looking down,
Gotcha.
right? And then you have the piano deck, and those are the window staterooms. So those are no fresh air coming in. So if you're okay with just 2 windows in your stateroom,
Nope. I want balconies. Those balcony rooms will fill up fast. Is it important to get a
Yeah.
balcony room right off the bat?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you miss out on any of the balconies, then you'll be stuck on the on deck 1.
That won't be a trip of a lifetime, though.
Well, you know what? The thing too you have to look at too is how long are you really in your stateroom?
Well, I mean, that's a good thing to consider.
I'll end up oh that. So
You could also sit on the top deck, or I'm sure any of the lounges and stuff to look outside as well.
Oh, of
Get a
course,
better
hun.
view.
Like upstairs, like on the top on the sun deck here. This area here is all full of lounge chairs.
Yeah.
So literally, you can go up, grab a book, sit up on the top deck. This whole area here is all lounging chairs where you can go and sit. So that's where you guys have to look at, right? Like, how long really am I going to be on it in my stateroom? If you were to say an ocean cruise, because you have like full sea days, you have 2 full sea days or 1 full sea day, then you can go a little bit crazy in a small stateroom. But you're pretty much going to be docked in the morning. You're going to be out all day. You're going to come back, get ready, go have dinner. And then, you're at the lounge area, right? So, and then the next day you're at a different port. So river cruising is very different because, again, it's, every day you're somewhere new, right? So that's the nice thing about river cruising.
Well, put my name on a balcony right now then.
So thanks for bringing that up, Danny. So just about that, I wanted to remind everybody about the early bird pricing. So the early bird is available until the end of January, and all that is required to reserve a room is $1,000 per cabin. And remember, these prices are all US dollars. So $1,000 per cabin will be due at booking, non-refundable. And then, so once you've got your deposit, your room will be secure. And as long as that is paid by January 31st, then you get the early bird pricing. Then the second payment would be May 31st of 2026. So that would be a total of 35% of the cost. and then the third payment will be September 30th, and the final payment would be due January 31st. So that would be the remaining balance, and all of that information is on the website that I shared the link with too.
Cool. So we come to you with that deposit check, or
Yeah, so like I said that when you want to book, you'll have to book through me. Yeah, and but I don't process your payment at all. The company that I contract through will take care of all the payments.
okay?
But I will collect your credit card information, and I will forward it the to the company that I contract through, and they will do the processing.
And that's when we book for a balcony room. Then is that very first day?
Yeah, yeah. So once you make that deposit, that's when your balcony room is guaranteed.
So
Oh.
Dan, did I just hear you wanted a suite?
It's
No,
not
I'm
much more. It's only $2,000 more for the suite.
Trevor,
Yes.
what's the estimate on port fees, gratuities, and other fees that are above the stateroom fees?
Fatima, can you answer that?
No, it's gonna have to be on your contract, hun.
Okay.
Let me see if I have.
I'm just trying to think here. I should have had. I know I've seen that.
I have your contract here, I think. Let me check.
Oh, I thought the gratuities were included in the price.
No,
Um,
Bigger spot somewhere. It's all cramped up there.
yeah. I do recall.
So park
seeing-
charges are 280 per person.
That's US?
Yes, because all the pricing is in US. And then the prepaid gratuities are 245 per
Per
person.
$5.50.
And we need our passports probably everywhere we go, right? If we're bouncing.
The nice thing is you actually only need your passport to get on the plane and when you arrive into Europe. And then when you're on the ship, you put your passport in the safe.
What about visas? Like England had some type of weird visa thing.
If you have Canadian passport, you're
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 good
good.
to go. Okay.
Nice.
Include tax.
Yeah, I know that the other European companies or countries are coming out with a new visa. I think it was in 26.
It's just the stamp. So they're moving away from stamping. It's going to be now facial recognition and fingerprint. So that's pretty much if you're a Canadian and American passport. It's just they're just changing instead of stamping the passport, which we all like our stamps. They're moving to facial and fingerprint.
So the ETAS visa that's starting to come in January 26 for the Sanjian region. So we will not need to apply for that?
Not if you're Canadian or a U.S. passport, Canadian passport or a U.S. passport.
Okay.
Well, that's good. Less red tape.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're just changing the process of entry. They just make it sound so difficult. But again, it's all subject to change. We know how this world changes, right? Someone dreams something the night before and then they implement it the next day, right? So.
Trevor, what's the procedure for booking?
Yeah. So to book, you can uh, get a hold of me for sure. And we can either uh, just do it by. I think probably the best way to do it would be to send me an email or text, and we can arrange a time to have a quick 15-minute conversation so that I can get an idea of what you're looking for. So in terms of and I know it's very early right now, but pre and post trip, if you're looking to extend that at all, I think you mentioned that, Brian, and what type of stateroom, etc. And so once we have a quick conversation about that, then I will send you the paperwork to complete to get the approval to
Less than 2 weeks.
process
Not
the
quite.
charge on your credit card. And at that point, then once I've got the documentation from you, I will send it to my contractor, and you will be considered booked.
All right.
Can I ask again, what's the difference between the different twin balconies? It looks like there's like 4 options or something. Did we talk about this already and I missed it?
Yeah, so essentially the difference is that some of them are on the violin deck and the others are on the cello deck, and there's some that are closer forward and the others that are closer to the aft.
Okay. Do we know, I mean, we keep flashing the pricing there. Do we know which ones are which?
Yeah, they're all color coded, and I've got the color coding on the website, and yeah, so if you look at if you look at the
So
there we
it
go,
sounds like you guys pretty much want like the twin balconies, the one that I
the
showed
French.
with the outside sitting area and then the
Yep.
inside sitting area, the twin
Yep.
balconies. So you either want the BB, BA, or AB or AA. That's
Yeah, so
pretty much what you want
A
then.
or AB?
Say that again a little slower. We're writing it
So
down.
for the twin
A-
balcony, which is the 2, like I showed on the picture, you want BB or you want the BA, AB, or AA.
Cool. Thank you.
and so just so you know, so like BB would be on the cello deck for closer to the back, whereas AA would be on the violin deck closer to the forward.
Okay, we want AA then.
Want double E?
Okay, got it.
And then the fixed windows, which is the E and D, that is on the bottom where you can't open your window. It's a little window, 2 little windows that you have. So
Claustrophobic in there.
Yeah, so it'd be 10-5.
And then the French balcony, those are the ones that you can open and you can look out, but you can't sit outside. So
Yeah.
Right on.
Okay,
Can
well,
can we go tomorrow? When can we leave? I want to get out of here for 60 days at least.
Is there
It's
sorry, is there a preferred preference as to which side of the boat you want to have your room on?
oh, good question.
Remember we took
if you do port side,
One side will always be against the shore side where
exactly
we're docking,
exactly.
or the other side.
So you have to be very careful with river cruising because you have the port side and you have the starboard side. What happens sometimes is if we have one of our sister ships, the sister ship will be parked on the starboard side. So sometimes you'll wake up and you'll have another balcony right next to you. So I personally, when I'm on, I like the port side just because you tend to be.
Okay, we know what we want. Thank you for the.
But it all changes, right? So sometimes you might wake up in the port side and have a ship right next to you. but it's more common on a starboard side.
Got it.
So remember to keep the curtains closed, right, Kel?
Yeah, we had that in Egypt.
It was pretty funny.
A lot.
Yeah. I had that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God one day they weren't in their balcony because they would have gotten a show. So
They were so close to us too. It was so funny.
yeah, so same idea.
Do we have other questions?
I guess we start hounding you in January.
Is there going to be like a
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, we can start. We'll start the booking process tomorrow morning. Yep, and like I said, just send me a email or a text, and we can talk about a time to have a quick 10-minute conversation and see where you're at with type of room, etc. And then I will send you out the documentation to complete.
Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more tonight. Maybe we'll shoot you an email in the morning. And then
No,
we'll go from
you'll
there.
text them in the morning. Or now.
Oh, she wants me to send it now, Trevor.
Well, that's I mean, we always like eager travelers, so that's a good sign.
We know who's buying the first cabin, obviously.
No, we're in, I think.
Oh,
For
you
sure.
think?
I'm in too.
You've already got my email, Trev.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Trevor,
Okay.
I'm gonna be traveling here, jumping in the car, so I'll stay online and listen to any other questions, but I might
Sure.
lose you, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trev,
Thanks,
if you
Ryan.
can send me a link to that video you just recorded after the meeting, I'll
Yeah,
circulate that.
Yeah, the link.
I'm going to see how I can share the video most effectively. I know that there were some guys from New York and other parts of Canada who wanted to be here and sent me regrets, and I'm hoping to have this available for them. That's the big reason why I wanted to have this recorded. But as Fatima had indicated before, that there is an opportunity to have another call later. So, I mean, potentially we may have another follow-up call in the spring, and then if there's other questions, etc., that start to come about, then we'll make sure everybody gets an invite and we can have a further conversation.
And hopefully by that time we'll have pictures of the ship.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
And the ship is definitely going to be completed by a certain time. It's not going to be like Edmonton jobs around here.
No, she'll be complete. Actually, we're just coming out with Amma Sophia, and she was only supposed to be ready middle of next year, and she'll actually be ready a couple of months earlier than scheduled. So
Nice.
yeah.
Cool. Okay, any other questions?
I'm good.
Not, no.
No.
You're going to
Well,
try.
Thanks everybody for joining us, and I hope that you will be joining the expedition with us, and I look forward to talking to you shortly. Just like I said, send me a email or a text, and we'll have a quick little conversation about what you're looking for in terms of room type, etc. And then I will send you out the documentation to complete and make sure that you're on board with us. But other than that, thank you, Fatima, for being here and sharing the information with us and all the answering all the questions. If any of you guys have questions later that I can't answer, that I will definitely be in touch with Fatima. And regardless of whatever your question, if I'm not able to answer it immediately, I will get you the answer. So thanks for joining us, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
You
Good
too.
night.
Thanks, Trevor.
Have a good night.